Hi and welcome to another exciting episode of Sports Check with me, Frank Kamal, a champion. Today we have in our midst someone who has seen everything on the Ghana football terrain and even on international level. No other person than Frederick Ansah Botchway. And so Frederick, trading Ghana for football in abroad, how has the transition been?
It's been good. It's been good. It's been good. Just that there are a little bit of differences comparing our football in Ghana and when you come to this side and other places that I've been to. I think that is the only differences. But it hasn't been bad so far. It's been okay. It's been good.
Okay, before we get into everything, let's start from the top. Breaking through the Liberty Professionals first team, how was it like, having a debut in the Ghana Premier League?
Please come again.
How was your debut like in the Ghana Premier League? Your debut with Liberty Professionals?
Okay, yeah, it's my debut with Liberty Professionals.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was okay. I think I played them. Um, yeah, I played them both home and away game, and uh, it was fantastic. Uh, we 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 drew against them. No, we won against them on their home ground, and we drew against them on our way, and it was okay. It's the feeling was okay. And sometimes when you're playing against an opponent that knows you, which is my former club, it always feels different. But you just have to be tough mentally and put that relationship aside and put in all. Yeah.
Okay. You know, as a player, you have a breakthrough season, but then for some people, the breakthrough sometimes draws them back because it's all of a sudden. But how did you maintain your push for greater things even after having a standard season?
Yeah. It's not always like how we see it. But I think sometimes when in Ghana, let me use my own country, in Ghana, when you play the local league to some extent, they just pull you out. They just see you like you are an old player, or maybe you've played the league for a very long time and you just have to move out.
Yeah.
So when you are playing in this kind in the league and you find yourself in this kind of situation and utterances that we all have the experience and we see these experiences happening to other players as well. So when we play, we just play and we make sure that at the end of the season, we just get somewhere to go. We just get the opportunity to move out. And sometimes you might not get what you want and the exact opportunity that you want. But I think football it depends on where you find yourself, how you treat it, wherever you find yourself, how you treat that place. Yeah, that is the most important thing. So I think that is the most important thing that will keep you going. You just make sure wherever you find yourself, you treat it right and do your best. And with that, the progress will come gradually.
Right. Accra Hearts of Oak, one of Ghana's biggest clubs. How did it feel like signing for Hearts of Oak? What was the motivation behind the move? What drew you closer to Accra Hearts of Oak?
House of Folk is a big brand altogether,
Yeah.
and joining House of Folk, it's a very high. It's high. I
Right.
think most players in Ghana, it's their desire to play for House of Folk and also the other big clubs in Ghana. But finding yourself in House of Folk, it's a different thing. The exposure is there.
Yeah.
And probably when you put out the best performance, people will see you out there,
Right.
and honestly speaking, you sell yourself out there. So f- going to House of Folk, the motivation is the exposure that is there in House of Folk, and I think it's a good platform. The foundation is there, the love is there, like everything. It's everyone's desire just to find themselves in House of Folk. Honestly,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and in your Hearts career, you were fortunate to be one of the players that broke the 12-year, deadlock of not winning the Ghana Premier League. How did that feel like?
Yeah, I'm very, very proud. And honestly speaking, I still feel so proud. And I thank God that I'm part of those people that were able to achieve those greatness. And it feels so good, trust me, bro. You know, in football, we all have this motive that we want to play, and at least at the end of the season, this is what we achieve.
Yeah, right.
So it feels very good that at every season you achieve something as a player. So for me, when I'm playing the league, this is what I put in my mind that it's a competition. And
Yeah,
anytime I finish playing, I check the league table. Anytime I finish, I check the league table. So that keeps me going that
mm,
now I need to win this game to be on top of this team. I need to play this way so that I can get my results.
yeah.
So when you are able to achieve that success at the end of the season, it's very good. And most important, like you said, it's been over years that House of Folk has been willing to see such happiness again in the club. So being part of the team, it feels good, bro. And like now, I'm still happy about that success.
And you work with Samuel Boadu, the coach that put everything together to achieve this, success. How was it like working with Boadu at Accra Hearts of Oak?
Yeah, Boadu is a very, very good coach. Yeah, very, 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 very good coach. He's a coach that is going to put you on your toes. Yeah. So sometimes I see people see his reaction and sometimes how he voice out. Yeah,
Yeah,
and that is good. That is the determination. That is the determination. That is the motive. That is the spirit that he is trying to put in us on the field. And it's the same as training. Working with him has been very, very good. Yeah, and I think we are very, very in good connection. I still have his number and
okay.
yeah, we still keep in touch. Yeah.
And it was unfortunate that he was let go at Accra Hearts of Oak. How did you take that, news that of his sack? How did you take it?
Yeah, I honestly speaking, this is a decision from the club. I
Okay.
personally, I felt bad in a way because I think they in the club, and after achieving that greatness, I think there are better and more days ahead for that coach, especially when it comes to him and Accra Sofo.
Yeah.
But alongside the way, I don't know this a whole decision from the club. They just decide and they do what will at least they think will help the club. Just like I also left the club, so they are one of those things in football. Yeah, you just keep your head high and focus. Yeah.
Okay. There was the FA Cup, and then you won quite a number of trophies with Hearts of Oak. Which one was, one you would say you cherish the most?
The league,
The
the
league.
league title. Yeah, the league title. Yeah,
Okay.
I cherish that one so much. The league title, of course.
Any particular reason?
Okay, you know, in every league, the league starts first before any other
Okay.
tournaments or competition. Yeah, that has been merged to the league. Yeah, so first our aim is for the league. Before other teams try to fight for other things, they first think of the league. So when you are able to maintain your the momentum and that spirit to win the league and also win other trophy, then it's a huge thing. Like teams and players that have been able to do these things, I think they deserve that applaud. And the league title, yeah, is the major thing for everyone.
And as a player, one of the unfortunate, things that can happen to a player is an injury. And unfortunately for you, you had an injury around 2021 thereabout. As a player, how did you, fight out of it? How was it like having an injury and then getting back to form again?
Okay, when you get an injury like mine, especially, um, when I get injury, I feel so down because football is a whole thing. This is something that comes with passion. So you want to work, you are always eager to work. So when you get such injury, especially a long-term injury, it disturbs a lot. And like for me, I was I
Okay.
was feeling so down. But now coming to it, have to you just have to be yourself. You just have to be calm.
Yeah.
When you always keep thinking about the injury, it's difficult to heal. But when you just feel calm with yourself and you keep treating it one after, like from time to time, yeah, I think you'll be fine. You just have to rest more while you treat your injury, and you're gonna be fine.
Okay. And then from Accra Hearts of Oak to Samates. A little bit of, not underestimating Samates, but how big Accra Hearts of Oak is, and then to Samates. How was the transition like?
Okay, honestly speaking, there is something about me moving from Asafok to Samates. Um, for me, I didn't even know about my move to Samatex. Yeah, until then I was told. So that means that transfer happened without my knowledge, because by then I was asking for my particulars, which the club was refusing. So they just decided to give me out to a club without my knowledge.
Oh,
Yeah, so that is what happened. So I didn't take it personal. I decided to join Samatex, but alongside there were some moves that were coming on my way, and they just gave me the chance to move on with
oh.
it. Yeah.
And then to Ethiopia. You've
Yeah. So
played
I moved to
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia.
And then
Yeah.
how were you able to blend the Ghana football style with the Ethiopian football style?
Okay. In my time in Ethiopia, um, Ghana, we are very strong. I don't know, but wherever I found myself, I think we are more physique when it comes to the game, unlike other places. Other places too, they love to run more.
Yeah.
But I think Ghana, we run, but we also want to focus on the tactical aspect of the game. Yeah. But other places like Ethiopia, we are far ahead of them when it comes to the tactical aspect of the game.
Okay.
And yeah, when it comes to football, I think we are there. We are there. We are ahead of them. And also the tactical aspect. And but when you go to those countries, they enjoy to run more. They want to run like that. They want to run everywhere. That's the differences. So um if you are not composed enough, sometimes you find a lot of challenges playing with people who wants to run everywhere here. By then, when it comes to the tactical aspect of the game, yeah. But there they can run. They enjoy the running more. Yeah, they can run. That is the only thing. And with the skill, I think Ghana, because of we do get the good foundation in
Yeah.
Ghana. So when it comes to the skill, we have it. There, I think when it comes to the foundation, as in the course,
Yeah.
it's not there properly. They don't even have the
Coach.
foundation. It's not there like that. Yeah, it's not there. They don't even have the materials like that, unlike Ghana. So I think we are much, much far ahead than them. But there are certain things probably they also will be doing it good and better than
Okay.
us. Yeah.
And before we move to Scotland FC, how was lifestyle in Ethiopia like? Can you just tell me some brief lifestyle moments in Ethiopia?
Okay, in Ethiopia, being finding yourself in another country, you're a foreigner, and when you find wherever you find yourself, they also have their culture and whatever things they do, however lifestyle they live. So in Ethiopia, their lifestyle is very, very different from us in Ghana. Totally different. Like it's something different. And even when it comes to religion, it also looks different.
Oh,
Do you
okay.
understand? Beside anything, when it comes to food, it's different altogether. Yeah, And if you consider all these things, if you don't take care, you won't be able to adjust or keep your focus playing as a foreigner in such countries. But you just have to be tough and do it, because probably maybe it depends on everyone. Maybe that person might be earning something good there. So why would you think about the food so much?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe yeah. So maybe you can find yourself at maybe some West African restaurant, then you buy your choice, or maybe you can find some food stuff, then you cook something by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the only way you can survive in such countries. Yeah.
Yeah. And like you said earlier, hearts, planning your transfer without you even realizing, things like this sometimes break players. But then you dusted yourself up and then moved to Ethiopia and now at Scotland, FC. Tell me about, how, you got yourself up and then built this momentum to another, great club, that's Scotland FC.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to know what you are capable of. And this is football. This is football. And there are a whole lot of risk in football. There are a whole lot of ups and downs. It comes and with a whole lot of things. And before you consider yourself as a footballer or a professional footballer, you want to take it as a career as a whole. You just have to understand that there are going to be bad days, and there are going to be challenges alongside the way. It could be anything, even injuries are there, and and a whole lot of things. Even there are problems that occurs even not even on the field, but off the field. It could be family issues, it could be anything. But this is the case that you just have to always focus on what you want to do. You just have to keep your focus. Whenever the challenge comes, you just have to be tough mentally and still keep your focus. And I believe when you keep your focus from time to time, all the good things, what you deserve, and whatever that is there for you will come by itself gradually. Just keep your focus and pray and keep open, and everything will be fine like that. So I was just gathering my hopes and not resting, but I was still working, pushing, and hoping for the best. And gradually, I'm on it. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've gone about this question at Ethiopia. So how is life with Scotland FC? Have you had, some great teammates? How is the coach like? How is the football at Scotland FC?
Yeah, in Scotland, it's good year, very, very good year. Scotland is a club that has been promoted. It's a promoted side. They won the first division league last season, so
Yeah.
they are a club that is new in the Premiership. Yeah, and and it has a huge brand, like well organized, well organized. The club is well organized. Yeah, so finding myself here in Scotland is been good. Like I am glad, I'm very, very happy. Yeah, and this team is a team that is making sure that they put players on that professional level. And when it comes to the coach is very, very good. I think when you talk of the Zimbabwean league, yeah, he has got the name. He has achieved a lot with most of the clubs here in Zimbabwe. He's a top-notch coach. He's very, very good. And I've got a lot of teammates who also represent the national team. I have a friend from Namibia. There is this Namibian player. He's also a national team player who is also a foreigner, just like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we are the two foreigners in the club. Yeah, he's also a national team player, as well as other players. I think recently, if you could do your checks, you could see that six of our players were called up to the national team, which is the Zimbabwe national team. So we are fourth on the league log like now, and hopefully we are just like a new side in the Premiership. But the players are players that has been playing the league, and some of them are league title winners. That was last season. Even the coach. Yeah, so we have the quality, the material is there. So finding myself here and the kind of players that I find myself in, yeah, it's very, very good. There are a lot of qualities here, and tactically they understand the game. They are good players. We have the likes of Kama Billiard. I don't know if
Yeah,
you've
yeah,
heard of him. Kama, yeah, a
yeah.
very, 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 very top-notch player, very, very great player. Yeah, he's also part of Dynamos. So you can see it's it's also part of Scotland. Yeah, Dynamos is my previous club where
Yeah.
I moved and joined Scotland. So it's been very, very good here in Scotland. Very, very good. And I want to just give thanks to my fans out there, like everyone here in Zimbabwe, in Ghana, everyone who is putting out their support for me to get to this level. And I think that it doesn't end here, but we still keep pushing and hoping for the best as usual.
Okay. Before we move to the national side, you mentioned of Dynamos. Tell me a brief,
Yeah.
a brief, thing about your life in at Dynamos.
Okay. Dynamos is also a big club here in Zimbabwe and I think across Africa.
Yeah,
Yeah, they've been to the Champions League. They are known. They are known out there. And it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad in Dynamos, but unfortunate I had an injury along during the season. I had an injury in which I sat home for like is it 3 months? I think so. Yeah. But I came back fit and I played the finals, which was the Chibuku finals. In Ghana, normally we play MTN FA Cup.
yeah,
Yeah. So I came back looking good and fit for that finals. And God willing, I scored the final goal, which was an equalizer. Which was an equalizer, yo. So we end up going for penalties and we won. So I won a trophy with Dynamos
yeah.
last season. Yeah. So it wasn't bad in Dynamos, beside the injury.
Okay. And I bet you'll be, hopefully rooting for another trophy with Scotland FC.
Yeah, it's always my desire, like I told you,
Yeah,
that with me, that is my motive, that when I'm playing the league, I don't want to just play and finish the league like with nothing. I
yeah,
want to see myself achieving something. Yeah, and it's anything. The league is there, the Chibugo Cup is there, and that is the most important ones to me, beside any personal achievement.
yeah.
Yeah, the team first.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then let's move to the national team. You were once on the radar of the local Black Stars. Do you still believe you have a chance to, even not the Black Galaxies again, but then the full national team? Because recently Benjamin Asare of Hearts of Oak got his let's say a late call up to the national team. People thought he was, past his best, but now he showed that even in his late 30s, he still can actually be a player we can depend on. So do you still believe you have what it takes to be part of the national team once again?
Yeah, first of all, I want to say a big ups to Benjamin Asari. Yeah, he's a friend and he has done a good job. That's what I'm speaking of. He has been tough mentally and he's been pushing. So he deserve that call up, and I want to say big ups to him. Okay, so yeah, I'm one person that I still believe and know that someday I'll get that call up and I wouldn't be surprised, and I know I deserve it because looking at the team, most of these guys, I was with them and I played with them. Um, it doesn't matter where they find themselves and where I find myself, but I'm not saying anything, but it all depends on the quality
Yeah,
and what you can bring on board.
yeah,
Yeah, and looking at myself, I know when I'm being called up or if I get a chance to the senior national team, yeah, I can do something and I can help. I can also do my best to help my motherland Ghana. Yeah.
I think you once said you draw inspiration from the maestro Stephen Appiah. What made you think Stephen Appiah is the go-to man when you want to draw inspiration?
Yeah, that man is very, very tough. Very, very tough. When you look at him playing, you could see that toughness when he's playing is the same as Michael Essien. The day are you also have that same spirit. Yeah, that mental toughness. You could see from them Asamajan, Michael Essien, Stephen Appiah, Sulley Muntari. I was with him in House of Folk. Yeah, he put that same mentality in us, and we lost the league title. But that spirit, trust me, that mentality
Yeah,
Ghana to won that FA Cup and during that time. Yeah, it was very, 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 very on us. So when you look at Stephen Appiah, in his days, when you look at the national team, you could see even there are days that you could see him with an injury. You know, you could see there is an injury, but this man will come out
yeah,
just to push. He wants to deliver. Yeah. When I was in Dynamos, I was going through the same thing and I find myself playing with the injury so many times, not because there's no pain, not because of anything, but because I want to fight that thing,
yeah.
that eagerness, yeah, that spirit is what I like about Stephen Appiah and that generation. Yeah.
um you mentioned of Sulley Muntari, you know, giving you some extra motivation when you lost the league and then motivating you enough to win the FA Cup. Tell me how playing around someone like Sulley Muntari, his pedigree, what he's won in the world. What was it like playing with Sulley Muntari?
Sulley Muntari is a person that is very, very principled. He's very, very principled and he doesn't joke when it comes to training, no matter what he has achieved or no matter his personality. He comes to training and he makes sure he push. He always want to push, like you see him pushing. You see this kind of person pushing. What about you? Looking at yourself, what about you? And you see this same person trying to advise you, trying to put you on your toes. And during training, he doesn't play like someone who wants to be careful so much. He plays like like those days, like how he's playing. He's coming. When he's coming, he's coming. Like he's very, very serious. That is it. Very, very determined. Yeah, he's very, very determined. So for me, I was just looking at that side of him, Sulementary. He's very like the hunger is there. When it becomes to football, when the whistle is being blown, yeah,
Yeah,
that anger is there, like a lion. Yeah, he wants to work. He wants to, like he wants to push you, and you see that this man is pushing. What
yeah.
about you?
You talked about what you like about the past generation of the Black Stars of Muntari, Essien, and Appiah. How different is this current generation of let's say Jordan Ayew, um, Jordan Ayew, Jiku, Kudus? How are they different from Michael Essien, the era of Michael Essien and Stephen Appiah?
Equally, everyone is good from that generation, and now they are good. But now, this is what I've noticed from my own
Yeah,
view. This is what I've noticed. Most of these players that you see like now in the Black Stars, most of the guys you are seeing now are players that did not compete in the local league. Most of them did not play this our local leagues, even the juvenile ones, like you know, and they find yeah, it's like that. Most of them didn't at all.
yeah, yeah,
And when you compare the other generation, the majority were used to our local league. So the toughness, the eagerness, that badge,
Yeah.
that spirit was there. When you look at that generation, when you play in the local league, it feels different.
Yeah.
Even the supporters, when they see you, a player who have played in the local league before, let's assume in Bechem United, Kotoko, House of Folk, when they see you people representing your national team, it feels different. The support is different because you are one of their own. Do you understand? Because you are one of their own. So that side of the story was also motivating that generation so much because most of them played in the local scene. So they are being known already. And that's competition, like that challenge in the local league, they took it out there. And that unity, they brought it back into the national team. But in this generation, they are equally good. The skill is there more, the technique is there, everything is there more like now, unlike first. You could see that even football now is different, unlike first. But you could see these differences from these two generations that I'm saying. When you look at the current generation, how they even show up is different from the other generation. Do you understand? Yeah. So most of them didn't play here in this local league. So I feel like that spirit, that spirit, that eagerness, that thing like I'm fighting, that feeling of
Yeah.
coming back to play for your country is not is there, but that fight is not there. But when you play here and you go and you come back, it's a different feeling and the fight is there. That
Okay.
is that is my yeah.
Okay. We have some few minutes left, but before I let you go, you've passed through a lot. How would you use that to motivate, any up and coming footballer that would be watching this interview?
Yeah, whatever I want to say is that everyone out there as a footballer should just keep their focus. No matter the challenges, no matter whatever you go through, just keep your focus and make sure wherever you found yourself, just treat that place right and everything will be fine with time.
Okay.
Yeah, you just have to treat wherever you find yourself right
Okay.
and make good use of every opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have some quick fire questions for you. One, what's your favorite, Ghanaian artist?
Tatawale, of course.
Okay. Favorite food?
Food,
Yeah.
yam and garden next to you.
Okay. Toughest opponent you've actually faced in, let's say, the Ghana Premier League.
Okay, it was Ash Good.
Um, okay, and then the
Yeah, Ash Good.
toughest player you've played against.
I was Apia Makati.
Okay, and best stadium in Ghana. Should I maintain it to Ghana? Best stadium if I actually played in. Best stadium you've played in.
Accra Suffolk.
Yeah, Accra Sports Stadium.
Accra Sports Stadium, yeah.
Okay,
You
and
mean in Ghana, right?
yeah, in
You
Ghana.
mean in Ghana?
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's take it internationally. Which stadium?
Internationally, I've been to Old Trafford before. I've
Okay,
been to UK before. I've been to good pitches in UK, so and also in Holland. So I can't,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, you can't compare it at all. Yeah.
And which club would you, hope to play for one day? One special club on your heart that you wish you can play for.
Barcelona and Man City.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah.
describe your playing style in, let's say, three words. Your playing style.
You know, previously and in Ghana, you guys know me as an offensive player,
Yeah.
but when I moved to Ethiopia, they switched me to a defensive midfielder, and now I've been playing defensively, even though I can push offensively sometimes and also go back to my normal position but currently I've been playing as a defensive midfield the most. So currently I would just go for Thomas Partey and then Rodri.
Oh,
Yeah, they are those I watch, and if you watch most of my games, you will see at least some of
yeah,
what
yeah.
I'm saying, that I'm watching Thomas Partey and Rodri, of course. Yeah.
Okay. And then some pick and choose. Pick and choose. Let's go with um Isian or Muntari.
Ese no Muntari.
Tough, 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 tough.
It's very tough. Ese no Muntari. Ah, I can't choose this. I'm not sure I can choose this one.
Isian or Apia.
Come on.
Okay, John Mensah or John Mensah or Isaac Bossa.
John Mensah.
Let's go with Richard Kingston or Sammy AJ.
Richard Kingston.
The strikers Asamoah Gyan or Matthew Amor.
Samuel Boadu.
Like Kingston or Sulley Muntari. This one, there you have to choose.
Sulley Muntari.
Okay. Dede are you Mohamed Kudus?
Dede are you?
Thomas Partey, Derek Boateng.
Derek Boateng.
Ish. Derek was a maestro. Yeah. Derek was fantastic. Last one. John Pencil or Harrison Affle?
Harrison Affle.
Okay. Frederick, it was an interesting conversation, and thanks for having me. And
thank you so much.
You chat more. Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, brother.
At Scotland.
Okay, you too.
For many trophies, many goals, many assists.
Sure.
Okay.
Sharp.
All right.
Sharp. Thank you so much. Okay.
That's all time will permit us for this episode of Sports Check here on GhanaWeb TV. My name is Frankie Champon. See you again.